Welcome to Let's Learn Jurassic World Evolution. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to another Jurassic World Evolution Fundamentals video. In this one we're going to take a quick look at transportation and talk about how those ratings are set up and talk about how we can take this park that is a 5-star park and make it an even better park. So let's look at our ratings here. You can see we were in the 90s on food, drink, high 90s, food, drink, fun, shopping. Our visibility right now is 86%. Let's just take a quick look at that to see what's going on here. We've got a lot of dinosaurs hiding in the trees right this minute. That's a fact. And I'll have to maintain the park here while I go. So we lost an Anki.
Asset to be collected.
So let's put another one in. We'll replace the Ankylosaurus while we talk through this. Okay, so basically we have a park here. This is the original setup, expanded a little bit. We've got a sort of our tank dinosaurs. We've got ceratosaurs and velociraptors here. We've got a whole hodgepodge of nice herbivores here. And over here we've got some Dilophosaurs and the Metriacanthosaurus, which came from a mission, spoiler alert, and a couple of baryonyx out here. So we've got a well-developed park. We've developed this one actually out and done all the research, gotten all the benefits from our. Sorry, hit the wrong button. Gotten all the benefits from our reputation, so we've gotten everything we could get out of the park. And let me keep, sorry, I just remember Pavlov's dog. I remember our fundamentals on finding your rhythm. I've got to keep doing what my rhythm tells me to do here. So even though we've got everything maxed out and we've done, well, we've only got a couple of sites, or 3 sites we can even go to, but we're going to keep doing expeditions. All right, so but if we look at this park, the one thing that's weak, that dinosaur rating, I'll work on that. That's got to be a little better. But in this one, let's focus on the transport rating. 54%, not good. So what do we got here? We've got, well, how does transport work? Let's go to our management view of transportation. And it shows where guests want shorter journeys from the arrival point. So your transport rating is all about how people get from here, from this arrival point, to the destinations in the park. And we can tell what the destinations are by the ones that are in this view colored up. So our viewing galleries, our viewing towers, our hotels. Notice not the food, restaurants, shopping, stuff like that. But again, viewing galleries, viewing towers, hotels. Over here, viewing galleries, viewing towers, right? Not these. So that's where people want to go. When you come into the park, we have to have path connections to everything, or they're not considered part on the grid. For example, this Hammond Center has to have a path leading back and connecting that'll go all the way to the arrival point in order to be connected into our grid. So you got to have this big long path here, right? No, you don't. You do have to have pathing for these guys, but remember, they're not destinations. So the way we fix all this and get our transportation rating up is by, of course, putting in monorails. So we're on our second island. We're on HUERTA. We've played Montanceros and gotten it to a 5, and we've got a high transportation on it without the monorail system because it is a tight, compact build. Everything is in a little space, like you know, kind of like what we're looking at our screen. That would be the whole build that we have so far on Montanceros. But here we've got things spread out, and that's what's killing our transportation rating. So we need to shorten. Let's go back to our view of transportation. We've got red here. We need to fix this. So what we're going to do is put in a monorail system starting right next to the entrance. So as close as we can get to that entrance, we're going to put in a monorail station. Make sure it has power.
Asset transported.
Make sure it's near a substation. It is. Make sure it has a path connection. And then we're going to give it another place to go down here in our spot that has a lot of problems for us. See if we can fit something in here. And see. Make sure we have a path connection and power, which we do. Let that finish building. We're at 47%. Oh, and Pavlov's dog has spoken again. I have to keep doing this. Okay, now let's see where we are. Now we're up to 68%. Why is that? Because this area right here now has blue. It's got low demand. It's much better. People can get on the monorail, go over here, and now we've taken away that long walk. And furthermore, what we don't need is any of this pathing. There. Because here's the other key concept, that monorail system acts as a virtual path. So notice that we still have power over here in this lab because it has a connection to here, to the monorail, and the monorail now carries the connection to here, which then connects to the visitor center. So now we don't need the pathing here at all. We'll make sure nobody walks this way, and people will get to this area on the monorail. Okay, now we're a little better. Let's see if we can't get better still. Where's our next destination? Where do we need some help? If we look at it, they're pretty good right here, if you'll notice. They don't mind that little walk right there down to these. They're good on this gallery right here, but these galleries here are not pleased. So what can we do about that? Let's just see if the simplest solution can work. This might even be simpler than what I originally had. And yes, this was an already built park I had 5-star, high transportation rating, and I took these out in order to show you these concepts. But let's put something down here. Let's see if we can't do something like this. And run it over our paddocks so we can get some nice visibility bonus. So now let's see what happens to these guys when we finish this monorail out, this station out. Okay, let's get our ankylosaur over here where he belongs. She belongs, excuse me.
En route to
There
pick
we
up
go.
the asset.
And now let's see what our transportation looks like. That's a little better, 100%. All we had to do to have 100% transportation rating was take a look and see how people are getting from the arrival point to the destinations, galleries, towers, hotels, visitor centers, That's it. And making sure that they have a
Asset
way
has been
to
collected.
come into the park, get on a monorail, and take a quick ride. So this wall, they don't mind this walk down this path is fine to get down in here. They're good with all that. They're good with all this, but they weren't happy about this over here. So this monorail takes care of that, lets people quickly get to this end of the park. And this monorail over here takes care of getting people from the arrival point down to here. Now notice too, it doesn't matter about moving around between things. In other words, there is no rating for if I'm at this one, at this viewing gallery, and I want to go to this viewing gallery. That's irrelevant. Although, of course, you could do the same thing, take the monorail up and walk down. But, and also...
Wrangling prehistoric nature isn't easy, but you're doing the job, and doing it well.
Appreciate that, George. But keep in mind too, these are not destinations like your power plants and your restaurants and stuff. They are not destinations. They're not places where they go. Now, we've talked about the restaurants and stuff in the facility ratings video about how you want to keep these close to your galleries and your hotels, but that's a different subject. So hopefully you can see how easy that was to go from 40-some% to 100%. And now look at our visibilities at 94, food and drinks at 98, 94, hundreds on everything else. So we're in great shape now. Now we've got a really good 5-star island. So I hope you see how simple that was to problem solve what your transportation is. Keep in mind that it's just going from here, from the arrival point to your destination points. And I'm going to say it one more time, sorry. Viewing galleries, viewing towers, hotels, visitor centers if we had any. And just use your view to show you where it is, and really design your parks. We'll get into modular design in a different video, but design your parks so that you've got that transportation and the viewing and the facilities and all that stuff in mind when you set up your park. So I hope you learned something from that can help you become a better player and enjoy the game even more. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it adds to your enjoyment of the game, and I hope you'll join us for our next Jurassic World Evolution video. Thank you.